Good evening. How are we doing? It is Sunday, April 12th, and it is Sunday Monday. Okay. For some reason now I can't. There we go. I was like, wait a second, I can't see us. All right. When you get here, say hi so that I know somebody's on with me. We will be making a very simple card tonight. Some of the supplies that I'm going to use, this is a new stamp set. It is called Delicate Whispers, and it is a photopolymer stamp, and then there are matching dies. We're not using the dies tonight, but we are going to use the stamps. I'm thinking this sentiment here, the hello friend, and I was kind of thinking this, hope you feel your best soon. Kind of like a get well card. So that's kind of where I'm thinking as far as stamping. Then an embellishment that I'm leaning towards would be the iridescent foil gems. So cute. And then the supplies that you needed to gather for your card tonight would be some dies or little embellishments that you like. I grabbed like a bunch of different things that had already been pre-cut, and you know I just love this from the Nature's Symphony. But our pieces that we will need tonight. Hi Yvonne, you're scrapbooking tonight? Oh wow, that's fun. So, sorry, I digressed. So you're going to need a subtle pattern that would be 2 by 3.5. Then we're going to need another subtle pattern that would be 1.5 by 5.25. And then we're going to need a busier pattern that is 2 by 4.5. And then we're just using a basic simple front card. And I'm just using it as the 5.5 by 8.5, and it is scored at 4.25. Now, the paper that I'm using tonight, I do need to grab the name of it because I can't remember the name of it. Yep. Well, I can't find it, so I will put it in to the YouTube chat or the YouTube description when the video gets moved over there. I want to say it's Delicate something. It goes with this stamp. Let me see if I possibly wrote it down. No, I didn't. I did not. Nuts. Sometimes I write things down. Hi, Patty. Hi, Lori. I saw both of you sneaking in there. All right. So let's kind of get ourselves situated here. Let's get ready and get started. So I'm going to close up my card. Let's give it a good crispy edge with a bone folder. And, you know, half the time I have these things kind of pre-planned, and then other half, yeah, I'm just kind of winging. So let's see. I'm going to take my pattern paper that is 2 by 4.5. Now this paper is beautiful. I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but there is bronze foiling to it. It's so pretty. The back side will be that one subtle piece that we're using. So I'm just going to dry fit everything so that you can kind of see in case I'm thinking, you know, do I want to do a little ink blending, anything like that. So now I have this next piece that has that coppery, bronzy, earthen tone foiling to it. Isn't that just gorgeous? This piece is going to lay, I think I want it over. I don't know. We might flip-flop. And then we have the last piece, that 2 by 3.5. And then this piece would go here. And they're just kind of staggered. Maybe bring that in a little bit more. I don't know. That kind of looks good. But I feel like this first piece is kind of getting lost. So let's use our Night of Navy, and I am just going to do a direct to paper. And I'm just making it a very subtle line right along the edge. I probably didn't need to do that side since it will be underneath. Well, maybe we'll put it on top. I hope everybody has been enjoying this absolutely gorgeous day that I kind of thought it was going to be a washout, and then we really didn't get any of that rain. I mean, we had a little bit this morning, but nothing after that. Oh, I'm just going to set it here. Do you see now how by using that little bit of ink, that has now made the paper pop off of the base? And I think I'm going to do the same thing to this piece, just so that we have a little more definition to our papers. And I love these little ink spots. Oh, they're so easy to control. I can get them in a bunch of colors. You picked blueberries this morning? Oh, how wonderful. Well, since we've done all, let's just make sure we have no white core on this. Yes, Yvonne, thank you. Delicate Dreams Specialty Paper. Thank you. I am so glad somebody is paying attention to me, because I cannot keep track of names. And what I probably should do is, as I design our projects, I should probably write it in my notes what paper I'm using. But for the month of April, I am using this entire paper. So all of our projects will be using this specific paper. It is gorgeous. Just absolutely a stunning paper pack. Thanks. I so appreciate it, because I don't know where I have it. It's somewhere. It's somewhere in this craft room of mine. All right. So again, I'm going to kind of just dry fit. I just want to see if I want certain things moved over. No, I kind of like that. I really, really do. Because I feel like if we put this on top, well, hold on, let's see, but then you don't really get to see the beautiful dark blue with that. Oh, no, we're going to do it the way we had it. So I'm going to put this first piece down. And we are going to go, let's see. All right, I want it to be at about 1/4 inch from the folded left-hand side, and I am going to bring it so that it is about 1/2 inch from the top and the bottom. Just like that. Okay. Next, we're going to take the first subtle piece, and I'm going to layer that on top. And I don't want to cover up too much, so I'm going to put it where it is. Let's see. We are 1, to about 2 inches from my left-hand side, and I'm going to have about 1/8 of an inch at the top and the bottom. And we're going to put that there, and then this piece we're going to allow it to come as close to my edge over here, but still allowing that blue to show through. So for this piece, we are going to go, looks like about a full inch up. There we go. Beautiful. I'm loving that. So now these would be my embellishments that I've pulled in. And I did already have something pre-stamped, but the more that I'm looking at it, I really don't like that. So we're not going to use that. I do have this piece of crumb cake, and I like that. That is really pretty. I feel like this might not be the right color. Now, see, that looks very yellowy compared to everything else. So that's a nope. All right, let's bring in maybe this piece of blue, and then could we put this on top? Oh, I kind of like that. That looks really cute, and we're using this as an embellishment. All right, let's just try a couple more pieces, and I like having these from my stash. Yeah, that I'm not a fan of, so we're not going to use the frame. All right, what if we brought in this blue piece? Oh, no, I kind of like that. All right, let's scoot it over a little and maybe lower it. Okay, I kind of like that because it's not taking away from all the paper, where maybe this is just a little too big. I don't know. Let's try it again. We're going to put that piece on top. All right, do we like the bracket or did we like the square? I'm leaning towards the square. Just because I feel like that bracket is just taking up so much of the prettiness from the paper. So while we're thinking, I'm going to do my stamping. And I'm going to do Hello Friend square. See? Another square. See, you guys are all thinking the same way I'm thinking. I'm like, I like the bracket, but I just feel like it's taking too much real estate away from that pretty, pretty flower. Okay, so I'm seasoning because it is a new stamp. I have not used this yet. I've used the dies, but not the stamp yet. All right, let's move that out of our way. And we are going to stamp Hello Friend. And I am stamping in Night of Navy, which is the same color we inked around our papers. And we're going to center this. Hopefully I'm centered. Sometimes it's a little difficult to do. Hi, April. Oh, that's so pretty. So pretty. So pretty. Okay. It's not even side to side. Oh, it's fine. It's a homemade card. All right, I'm going to put my bracket, or the square, I mean, right there. That's definitely where I want it. Oh, I get what you're saying, April. Got it. Got it. All right, I'm going to bring this down a little lower so that it's filling in that little nook. Let's bring that down. And I'm lining up the square. Ah, that's why the square looked better. So I'm going to put the square on. We're definitely putting dimensionals on that piece. So let's do that next. And then we're going to put that beautiful sprig. And I think I want that sprig to be coming out from underneath. That might be a little much. All right, let's cut it. You can always put it back together. Okay, let's lay that there. And I'm going to put this piece here. Nope, I don't like the little piece. So let's try the bigger piece. And maybe having it come, oh, much better. That I'm liking so much better. We could always put that on the inside. And I like having that little bit of the tail coming out. Beautiful. Love that. Okay, so we're going to adhere our sprig next. Let's grab my silicone mat so I don't get glue on everything. Okay, let's get some tweezers. And this is kind of a coppery piece of paper, so it's going to pull that copper feel from the designer paper. And then we're going to place our Hello Friend next. Love my take your pick tool. I just love it. You know what? I'm going to do a quick ink along the line. And I'm going very light so that it's very subtle. See, using those little spots, you can actually get into those little nooks and crannies. All right. Oh, yep, see? Oh, and then I also smudged. I smudged my ink. Okay. I don't know if those are the embellishments I want to use. I'm just going to lay it there so we can kind of see, but I think they're a little too gold, and I want something more in that coppery feel. I mean, they do pick up the crumb cake, but I don't think that's what I want. Let's see. We've got those. Do we have, what do we have in this? Nope, that would be red. So that's definitely not what we want. I just thought a little more of the copper might be helpful. Oh, what do we have here? Yes, right there. That's what I want. Now, I store my embellishments in these little passport holders just so that I'm able to thumb through it quickly. Yep, that's exactly what I want right there. So let's scoot these things over. And I'm just going to put one up here. Okay, that looks beautiful. So now let's do our inside. And what if we did something like that with our inside sentiment of hope you feel your best soon. I'm just gonna kind of play, let's see, what if, okay, I'm thinking something like that and letting that leaf then nestle. That would be real pretty, I think. Okay. I'm going to place it right there. And I like to hold it just for a few seconds so that the ink will soak into the paper. And then we are going to use the last little bit of that leaf. Okay. Right there. We need to make the inside look pretty, just like the outside. That looks nice. I like that. And that is tonight's card. Nice and simple. I mean, think about it. These measurements really would be easy to replicate multiple cards if you needed to do like a mass production of a card. This is one of those that you could. I'm just a little bummed that my inking is a little smudgy. There we go. What do we think? I will move this video over this week over to the YouTube channel. So please make sure you kind of head over there and do a like and subscribe if you haven't. And next week's card will be a fancy fold. And actually, no, next week we're going to do something slightly different. We are going to make a piece of card candy or ephemera that you could put either onto a card or onto a scrapbook page. So stay tuned for that. Your directions will be posted on Wednesday, sometime in the afternoon. So you can prep your project so you can do your project with me next Sunday evening at 7 o'clock. So I will see you all next Sunday for Sunday Fun Day at 7. Good night.